Missed opportunity, guys, man. Missed opportunity. I'm gutted. Honestly, that is my genuine feeling after this game. I'm gutted. So gutted, man. Final score at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest 2, Man United 2. And on the balance of play, I think we deserved more. I definitely think we deserved more. It took a bit of a while for us to get into the game because I do think, credit to Forest for that, by the way, and credit to Sean Dyche, they really sussed us out. They really knew how to neutralise where our main threat was coming from, which was the wing-backs. They neutralised Ahmad on one side and Boomer, even though the interchange between both was quite fun to watch actually during the game. And they definitely neutralised our left side. Cunha, I'm not going to say was nowhere to be found, but he was kind of forced to work and operate in between that half space and midfield almost sometimes, where he would find himself in positions where Bruno would find himself. And that limited Bruno to what he could do, where he was almost like a deep line playmaker. Left-hand side, wing-back I'm talking about, Dalot was nowhere to be seen. He was completely shut out. I can remember maybe 3 times he went forward throughout the whole game. So in regards to what Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest had set out as a plan, I have to give them their credit because they've done their job. At the end of the day, I think they will be more happy with that point than we're going to be happy with the point. I think this is definitely 2 points lost for United and 1 point gained for Nottingham Forest because they're down there fighting for their lives. On to the incident that got a lot of people talking. Did the ball go out fully or not? And I have to say, at first glance, when it happened in full speed, it did look like the ball went out. But when you look at the replay, you see that the whole circumference of the ball did not go out of the pitch. So this should not have been a corner. But then again, Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest should not be annoyed at the referee making the wrong decision. They should have been annoyed at the way they defended because the corner that followed, Bruno Fernandes puts it in the box, and the way Casemiro was just free as a bird to just climb up, because essentially he's jumping from a standing position. Nobody's picking him up. He jumps from a standing position and Man United score to make it 1-0. So I think Sean Dyche, the way he was going at the fourth official was a bit harsh in my opinion, a bit too much. He should have been worried about why his defenders did not pick up Casemiro jumping from a standing position. That was awful defending. Speaking of awful defending, we had our fair share of it because at the start of the second half, Nottingham Forest came out a different team. And within minutes, they scored 2 goals. And both goals, I have to say, are 3 centre-backs. I've been praising them. Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt, and Luke Shaw. I've been praising these guys for quite some time. On these 2 goals, they had to do better. They had to do better because essentially they jumped in each other's way to the point where they were actually blocking each other from heading the ball away. So that was a shame, and that was just poor defending, honestly. So the captain pulls one back to make it 2-1 via a header. And Savona, who was actually the guy whose ball went out of play, he got one back as well to equalise to make it 2-2. And you know what I was thinking at that moment? I was thinking, let me see how this team's going to react because we keep praising this team for doing X, Y, and Z, but let me actually see how the team's going to react to a setback because we haven't seen it in a very long time, right? And personally, I think we should judge these players not just when things are going well, but also when things are going bad. How do they react to adversity? How do they react to a setback? And I have to say, they dealt with it quite well because we tried to go for the win. And that's what I want to see from a team. Even though, like I said at the beginning of the video, on the balance of play, we should have walked away with all 3 points. But I have to give credit to the team for trying to win the game because we had chances in the second half. We really and truly should have scored 2, not just 1. Bruno should have had 1 because his shot finished on the post. Casemiro maybe should have had another one because the follow-up should have been in the back of the net. He hits the side netting. Ahmad's shot that was saved on the line by Nico Williams, that should have gone in. So we tried to go for the win. So I can't fault the boys for not trying and win this game. The issue that I have is the manager subs. Now, the manager came out multiple times and he said that he's not going to change for anyone. And recently, his tactics have worked. Recently, we have been able to get results. And I was happy about that. But one thing that I was criticising Amorim about, and I'm still criticising Amorim about whether we win or lose, are some of his substitutions and the in-game management. That, in my opinion, needs to improve. For me, it's still very negative. One thing that really irks my soul, as a fan that loves attacking football is the fact that when we need a goal, every time actually Man United need a goal, the manager brings on a centre-back. In this case, a full-back, but you get my point. In the free, he made a change, like for like. He always makes that change, like for like centre-back in the back three. Why? When we need a goal. Ahmad, fantastic goal, by the way. Absolute banger. Soon as that left his left foot, I knew where that was going. I knew it. The boy's done so well to get back into the game. At that moment, with 9 minutes to go, because Ahmad scored in the 81st, 9 minutes plus 5 added time at the end. We had 14 minutes to try and go for the win. Now, you sit there and tell me that Man United was not going to be able to get at least one goal with 14 minutes to go, knowing that Nottingham Forest were with their backs against the wall, soaking up all the pressure because we were pushing and pushing and pushing. On the bench, we had players that could have come on and made the difference. Xerxes was on the bench. Mainu was on the bench. Mason Mount was on the bench. Now, I'm not the biggest Mason Mount fan, but he could have come on and made an impact. The whole point of me saying all this is make some attacking changes. If that means you have to take off some of your favourites, so be it. It's the team that comes first. So really and truly, today is 2 points lost, but we could have won it. We should have won it, actually, if we made attacking changes. Because guess what? You throw in those attacking players, they're going to do any and everything to try and score a goal. If you concede off the back of that at the other end, fair play, because at least you go for it. I didn't necessarily want to go into individual performances, but I've said this before, right? Every team has a weak link, and this Dalot issue has to be addressed because, my word, we cannot keep playing Dalot at left wing back. One, because he's not a natural left-footed player, and two, he just makes so many silly errors. Basic mistakes that could cost us the game. But there's an over-reliance and an obsession almost from Amrim to keep playing Dalot. And I'm actually glad he got taken off early today because that was Amrim realising, hold on, this is not working. So yeah, man, I'm gutted. Not going to lie, people. I'm really, really gutted that we did not win this game because we deserved the win from what I saw today. I think we've done way more than enough to win this game. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't amazing, but I think we've done enough against a team like Nottingham Forest to win this game. Tottenham next, away from home, that's going to be a tricky one. Everton at home after that, it's going to be a tricky one as well, so we have to take it game by game. I'm just happy at the end of the day, like I said, the team did not give up. If that was us last year, 2 seasons ago, from the moment Nottingham Forest scored at 2-1, it's 3, it's 4. But I'm glad and I'm happy that the boys stuck to the plan, first and foremost. And mentally as well, they didn't let anything take them off their game. And they tried to go for that equaliser, got it. Tried to go for that winner, unfortunately, we didn't get it. But I think the manager could have helped by making more attacking changes. Because, listen, you have 7, 8 players who are attacking minded on the pitch. Eventually, the goal will come. But if you just have bare defensive players on the pitch who think defensively first, how on earth are you going to win the game when you need it with 14 minutes to go? I repeat, 14 minutes. We should have won this game. Should have won it. But anyway, people, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Do you think I'm chatting rubbish? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. It's Road to 20k closing in on 19. And I shall see you in a couple of hours, actually, because I'm about to go and watch Tottenham against Chelsea. So make sure you keep your eyes locked on my channel for the Tottenham-Chelsea reaction. Until then, people, take care, and I shall see you soon. Peace.